Hi, my name is Dakota. I'm from Team 6450 Jagbots. Today, we're going to be talking about gears, sprockets, and gear ratio. First, let's start off with the gears. So here we have three different size Tetrix size gears. So, gears have these little teeth that when put next to each other, they mesh together. Sprockets, on the other hand, they still have teeth, but they're a bit bigger and they're a lot thinner. So if you look at the width, they're a lot different. So that's because these sprockets, they're not used like a gear like this. What they're used for, use it with chain. So if I move these gears real quick, okay, they use a chain so you can cover a longer distance. There we go. So then you can still have your turning without having 6, 7 gears lined up in a row. So what is gear ratio and how can you use that to help you? Gear ratio is the ratio at which your input gear turns the speed of the output gear. So that means the input gear is the gear or sprocket that is directly connected to your motor, and the output gear is connected to your axle or maybe your wheel. So depending on the size will depend on what you get. So if you have a gear ratio that is smaller than 1, for example 1 to 3, 2 to 3, if it's smaller than 1 and it's a fraction, it's going to give you more speed and less torque. But if it's above 1, like 2 to 1, 4 to 3, anything greater than 1 is going to give you more torque and less speed. So let's see here. If I take one of the Tetrix large gears and Tetrix small gears, okay, it has, so say this is our input gear and this is our output gear. So this is going to be a 1 to 3. Every time this big gear turns around once, this little gear will turn around 3 times. That's how you get the greater speed and the less torque. If we switch it, and this is now our input gear and this is our output gear, you'll have a 3 to 1. So every time this little gear turns 3 times, this big gear will turn once. Or if the little gear turns 1 time, this big gear is going to turn a third of the way. So let's put this in to demonstration. Okay, so here my input gear is the large gear and my output gear is the small gear. So if I start it up, you're going to see that the small gear moves faster than the large gear. It's probably a little hard to see on camera, but the small gear is moving 3 times faster than the large gear. Now we have the small gear on the motor with the large gear on the axle, giving us a 3 to 1 ratio, which gives us more torque. And when I start the motor, you'll see that the large gear is turning 3 times slower than the small gear. So let's see it. So how do we calculate gear ratio? You take the number of teeth on your input shaft divided by the number of teeth on your output shaft. Let's say your motor has a gear on it that has 100 teeth and your wheel is connected to a gear with 20 teeth. You're going to take 100 divided by 20, which gives you 5 over 1, which means every time the big gear turns once, the little gear will turn 5 times, giving you more speed, less torque. And now let's say you switch those 2 gears, your 20-tooth gear is on your motor and your 100-tooth gear is now on your wheel. It's going to give you 20 divided by 100, which will give you 0.2. Or in fractions, that's going to be 2 to 10. And then bring that down, you got 1 to 5. So every time the small gear turns once, the big gear will turn 0.2 of the rotation. Or if the little gear turns 5 times, the big gear will turn once.